that I'm going to give you today, beta, are going to be true-false questions. For each question, I will give you 5 minutes to solve the question. You can tell me whether the answer will be true or false, and then I will move on to the next question. So, question of the day. Okay. So, if Mohit utility function Mohit's utility function is given by xy, and Seema's utility function is given by u is equal to root of xy, right? Then Mohit will always derive more happiness than Seema. Please take care of my handwriting. So Mohit will always derive more happiness than Seema does from any combination of x and y. So beta, this is the question. You have to go ahead and try to solve this. I'm going to give you 5 minutes to solve this question. Just made up this question. So the question is, you have to tell me whether this statement is true or false. If Mohit's, this is based on one of the IIT JAM mock papers series that we have in our course. So if Mohit's utility function is u is equal to xy and Seema's utility function is root xy, then Mohit will always derive more happiness than Seema for any combination of x and y. I'm giving you 2 minutes to solve this question. Jot down your answer, think about what the answer can be, then I will solve it with you. Tell me whether this is a true statement or false. Just try to think about it, please. So take a moment, think whether this statement is true or false. You can write your answers below and you can tell me whether this statement is true or false. The statement is this. Mohit's utility function is u is equal to xy and Seema's utility function is u is equal to root xy. You have to tell me whether Mohit will always derive more happiness than Seema for any combination of xy. Is this true or not? Okay, now I will answer the question for you, beta. So this is a test of how well you are doing in your preparation, how close you are to IIT JAM. As I told you, we have already covered the consumer theory. I am going to start with uncertainty and then the producer theory. But this is a test on consumer theory, how well you are performing currently for your IIT preparation. Okay? Acha, solution dekho. But the solution to this is that this is a false statement. Why? Because we know that X and Y, they represent consumption of the two goods. Hai ki nahi? X and Y represent consumption of the two goods. But all that we know is that X and Y should be positive. But imagine a scenario where X into Y is less than 1. Imagine a scenario where x into y is less than 1. Suppose x and y is still positive. X represents the consumption of good x. Y represents the consumption of good y. Now x into y is less than 1. So imagine a case where beta x into y, let's say, is 0.5. Right? So what is the utility of Mohit? Mohit's utility function is x into y. So Mohit will get the utility x into y, which in this case will be 0.5. What will be the utility of Seema? Seema will get the utility root xy, na? So root of xy. So it will be root of 0.5 and root of 0.5 is 0.7. So in this case, utility of Seema is more than utility of Mohit. So although from the utility function, you may think that, xy is always greater than root xy, but that is not always true. The reverse is also possible. So the current statement is false. That is the first question of the day. Is that clear? Okay, beta. Write down the next question.